Record to my cloud. Okay, we are officially recording. Welcome to Tuesday training. I am Peg Wilson, and tonight our topic is going to be closing out parties. So last week, if you're watching this and you didn't get a chance to watch last week, definitely go back and watch last week's training, because we did a mock house party. We realized that a lot of the consultants that have joined, which there are like 150 of them, have joined in the past year, and they have never done house parties. So that's why we thought it was a good time. Now that things are starting to open back up, we decided it was a good time to start focusing on doing house parties and what it is that you need to do. And last week was the mock party. So today, what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to talk to you about closing that party out. Now, we are having some technical difficulties, which I told some of you, and all of my notes were on my computer, which literally crashed a half hour ago. So has presented me with a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to wing it. So we're just going to make it work. So what I really wanted to talk about is, so now you finished your party. When you finished your party, you're now going to tell all the guests that you're going to take their orders. You're going to give them a little bit of time so that they get the opportunity to smell the testers. And remember, if you're doing the bead game, while they're smelling the testers, this is the fun part, where while they're smelling the testers, if they say smell or sniff, then you steal their beads. So if you didn't watch last week, and you'll see what all of that's about. So this is kind of a fun time. And I kind of start doing a little bit of packing up. I kind of leave the warmers out for people to really see, and I tell them they're allowed to come up to the table and touch anything if they want to, and then I tell them that I'll be in the other room taking orders. I like to try to bring somebody with me when I do my parties. So then this way I have that person talking to guests and cleaning things up while I'm in the other room taking orders. Now, when it's time to take your orders, you want to make sure that you're very organized. So you're going to go in the other room, you're going to sit at a table, or, wherever your hostess is going to put you to take the orders. So you want to make sure that you have everything that you need there. So I'm going to show you a couple of the supplies that I bring with me, which I didn't bring my money bag in here. I usually have a money. Caitlin, can you grab my purple money bag? I think I left it on the table there. I think it's on the dining room table. So I usually carry with me a money bag, and in my money bag, I always have change with me. Make sure, I think it's on the dining room table. My purple money bag. I either left it on the dining room table or the desk. You found it? Okay. Caitlin found it for us. So I always have a calculator in there. Make sure that you have pens in there, and whatever method you're going to use to allow people. So I use one of these, little bank bags. You can use whatever you'd like, but I have my little handy dandy bank bag. And in here, I have my little calculator. I have some change in here. So I have, and coin change in there. You can hear my little coin change in there. I have with me, so I use PayPal lots of times to take credit cards. So I have my PayPal in there. If you use Square or any kind of electronic method to pay, like even on your phone, if you use Venmo or anything like that, you can pull up your little QR code, have them scan the Venmo, and pay you right there. So there's, it's whatever method of payment you choose to take. You can, on the order forms, write down their credit card information. You can do that. But if you're looking for somebody to pay you right away, some people are a little funny about you writing down the credit card information. So it's best to set up some system that you have a form of electronic payment available. And then I always have my brochures with me. These are my join brochures. So my goal when I talk to everyone is, as I'm taking their order, I'm looking at the things that they want to order, and I ask them to write everything down. Lots of times I'll either put an order form. If you watched last week, you saw that I did the books. So in my books, always in the front here, I always have a little order form in the front. This is their little love it, like it list, so they can write down the things that they want. And then I ask them to come up to me. So then I have my little clipboard. Here's my little clipboard, cute little inspirational saying. It's always nice to have a nice little inspirational saying. And then I have my order forms. So now I get my order forms. If they have their order form already filled out, that's great. If they don't have their order form filled out, I have one that I could put right on my clipboard, or I can take theirs. Always make sure you're collecting all of the customer information. I usually do something within my party. When you saw me doing the bead game, I'll tell them that if they fill out everything right away, and I'll ask them to show me, You know, everybody show me, you'll get an extra set of beads if you have your name, address, your phone number, and your email address filled out on your order form. So, you know, give everybody a chance to do that, and then give them all an extra set of beads if they do that. Okay. So that's a nice way to have that all filled out before you're sitting down to take your orders. So now as you're taking your orders, and I'm going to do this, you know, I'm going to pick on a couple of you that can help me with this, because my computer crashed and I now don't have access to the little party samples that I had set up. So when I'm sitting down to take the orders, these books are the ones that I'm giving to all of the customers. I will collect the books from them at that time. So this way I get all my books back, but I always leave one open next to me that has all the combine and save options here. So you always want to have some kind of piece of paper in your little clipboard with all the combine and save options. So then as you're looking at their orders, you can say to them, oh, look, I see you're ordering one $30 warmer and you're ordering one $35 warmer. Do you realize that you can save? So if you look at your perfect Scentsy bundles, there is a bundle here that is a $30 to $35 with 6 bars of wax for $66. So that normally is $101. They're saving a lot of money by buying that option. So I always talk to them about those options and show them what it is that they're going to save. Now, you know, if I were on my computer, I actually had a couple of those options already written up. So if somebody was just buying a $35 warmer and 6 bars of wax, you can do the Scentsy system is, you know, the warmer and 3 bars of wax. But as soon as they say that they want a warmer and 6 bars of wax, that's when you open up the opportunity to talk to them about the perfect Scentsy bundle. So they are basically going to get the second warmer half price. So this is your opportunity to introduce that and say, have you thought about getting a second warmer? You know, you can get one for almost half price. Like, this is what it would cost you with just the warmer that you're ordering and the 6 bars of wax. So here's your $35 warmer, and your $30 bar of wax would cost you $65. Well, if you add another $35 warmer, it's only going to cost you $91. So, you know, it's a matter of having that information, and it's going to take practice. Like, you have to practice. You know, I had all my notes written up and say, you know, here's an example. So I actually keep a sheet usually when I do it, which again is on my computer. So I apologize for not being prepared. I feel like the bad kid in school, unprepared. But I usually keep a sheet here that says, you know, one $35 warmer and 6 bars of wax costs you this much. But if you use the bundle and save, it costs you this much, and be able to say how much money they're saving. It's really nice to have that information right in front of you and to be prepared to be able to say, if somebody comes up to you and they say they want 5 bars of wax, make sure you're always saying, you know, with our bundle and save options, you get a free bar. Why don't you pick a free bar? So always make sure that you have that information available. Does anybody have any questions so far?
So Peg, I do that not only at parties, but anytime. I had a girl today that wanted the summer collection waxes. There's 3 of them. She wanted 3 of each. I said, you know, if you buy 4 of each, you can combine them and you'll have 2 6-packs. So she said, okay, I'll do that. And then I had a girl that ordered 4 room sprays and 4 bars, and now she's getting 6 of each.
Right.
So anytime, not just during a party, but anytime somebody orders something close to a 6-pack or like 2 bars, upgrade them to a 3-pack. Try to always upgrade your people.
Yeah. And it's always like right now with everybody shopping online, that is kind of the hard part. When people are shopping online, if they don't know about the bundle and save, when I start my parties, my online parties, I always start out with telling people about the bundle and save options. I give them the link where they can go out there and find it and tell them that they can save money by doing the combine and save. I like to kind of pop in and do a little 2-minute, video and say, hey, guess what? This party's starting. I just want to make sure that you all know that we have these great bundle and save options. So you can save money by buying more. And if you're buying 5 bars, you get 1 free. If you're buying, 5 room sprays, you get 1 free. There's lots of options. So make sure that you click that button down here and you look at the bundle and save options, so that when you're placing your order, you're making sure. And if you have any problems, make sure you contact me so that I can help you and I can walk you through it. Okay, so that's something you do anytime. But as you're closing out your parties, people are coming to you and they're bringing your orders. And that's what you're going to do. First thing you're going to do is you're going to scan over everything, because I also can't tell you how many times people have written stuff down in their order form, and I don't pay attention necessarily to the scents that they write down. And I've had it happen where I had the wrong scent in my testers. I had a false scent and it was spring. And it's worse to have to call somebody up and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We don't have that scent anymore, because now they don't have them in front of them to choose something else. So make sure that you are going over the order. You're looking at every single thing that they ordered. You're making sure that it's not anything that's on back order. Know your product list too. You can print that out before you go to parties so that you know anything that is back ordered. You can even mark it in, like, take one of the catalogs with you. I always keep within my binder. I always keep my brochures. So if anybody wants to take one of them home, usually my parties, I leave them open for a day or so afterwards. So I'll say to somebody, well, do you need a catalog? Do you want to look more later on? Do you have a neighbor you want to share it with? The party's going to be open for a couple of more days. So don't be afraid to do that as well.
And
so any questions?
And make sure that they are not just like writing scents down, because some people like a scent and they'll write it down thinking it's still there.
Yeah. And I've also had it where people will go and they'll just write the scents down, and you're assuming that they mean wax, and they don't. They mean room spray. So make sure that you're really going over the order and you're evaluating the order, you're discussing the order. This gives you the opportunity as well to build your rapport with your customers. This is a new customer to you, in most cases, not always, but this is a new customer to you. You want to have that conversation and say, oh my gosh, I really love Amazon Rain too. Do you know Amazon Rain also comes in laundry products? And also, if you really like that, consider that. Think about that. You're sort of planting the seeds for upselling as well. But make sure that you're always using the bundle and save options, and you're presenting that to them, and they'll be like, oh, really? Oh, so I can get another one free, and all I have to do is buy one more room spray and then I'll get a second one free, so if they're buying 3 or they're buying 4, you let them know about that. When they're buying 3, they're saving $1. When they're buying 5, they're getting another one free. So make sure that they're aware of those options. Do you have another powder room? Do you sure you don't want to get one for your other powder room? It's all in the way that you present it to people, how it's going to come off to them. You don't want it to feel like you're upselling. You want to feel like you're helping them get a better deal. Okay. Anybody have anything to add or have any questions on that part?
I do. Just for the bundle and save, do we have to put it in under that, or will it automatically take off when you put the order in?
No, you have to put that in under there. So that is, and this, honestly, this bundle and save page in your catalog, this should be like your Bible. So this is basically a photocopy of the full size catalog. I just opened it up, stuck it on my printer, and made a photocopy of it. I made a color copy and I put it in my binders, but this is something that you should adhere to all the time. When you're putting them in the system, for those who are new, when you're putting them in the system, you want to put it in exactly the way it is worded here. So if it says 3 Scentsy bars, that's how you want to put it in the system, 3 Scentsy bars. And then it will pop you to another screen and you can choose your fragrances.
Okay.
Okay. Does that answer?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And welcome, Nancy. I didn't see you pop in.
Can I add one more thing?
Sure.
For like Grace and Nancy, I don't know if they actually have their catalogs yet, but
Okay.
you can find your bundle and save on your website under specials. So
Yeah.
that way, if you hit bundle and save, you'll be able to check them all out and how they all work. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, so we have 2 newbies, 3 newbies on here. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. So then for you guys, you didn't see last week, we do have a YouTube channel where we record our Training Tuesdays. So for you guys, make sure you go back. This is kind of the tail end of what we went over last week. Last week, we talked about doing house parties. So if you've never done a house party, which you guys probably have not since you're brand new, unless you did Scentsy before. So go back and watch that last week. And that was just kind of a sample of some different ways you can do things. And now we're talking about how to get those orders and close the party out. Okay. So as you're taking the orders, these are the conversations you want to have people about doing the bundle and save. You're building your rapport. You're talking about the products with them. You're finding out what kind of fragrances they like, so you're looking at, if you notice all the fragrances are fruity, say, oh yeah, you're a fruity girl. I see you like all the fruity fragrances, or, Oh, me too. I like all the clean fragrances. So build that rapport with them and have those conversations with them. Okay. And then when I'm finishing up their order, before I give them their total, I say to them, did you get everything that you wanted here? So if people say, oh my God, I saw 10 things I want, you say to them, well, have you considered, God, who was chiming in? Was somebody saying something? I'm sorry. I can't see everybody because I'm on my phone. For those who haven't heard, my computer crashed a half hour ago. So I'm on my phone without my notes. So, okay. So, you always want to ask everybody to host a party. So, I always start out with, did you get everything that you wanted? Where there's other things that you wanted, but they weren't within your budget. So this kind of opens the door to saying, have you considered hosting a party? If you host a party, Sherry's going to get credit for you hosting a party as well. And she'll get a half price item at your party. And then you'll earn the hostess credits. If they say no, say, okay, well, if you decide later on that you want to do that, I have these little gifts here. Like we talked in the last one about giving people, gift bags and saying, you're going to get this if you host a party. So you can watch last week and kind of tail end on that, but there's always some opportunity to talk about that. And then I will always say to people, well, you saw what I did tonight. I hope you had some fun. Did you enjoy yourself? Do you think you could do this? Would you ever consider starting your own business? I have fun doing this. I mean, come on. I get paid to talk to people. I get paid to party. In case you haven't noticed, I like to talk. I always add that in there because I talk fast and I talk a lot. So I always add that in there. I go, are you kidding? For me, this is great. I get paid for people to listen to me. This is the best job ever, and, I try and work some humor in there, and I say, I try to have fun with it. You can do this business however you want. If you're not the kind of person that can stand up and talk in front of people, you can do this business online. You could do it basically with your books or just, online parties. This business is so flexible. I have so much fun. Do you have any questions about, what I presented? So just keep the conversation going with them, but also keep in mind that you don't want to have a half-hour conversation with every single person that comes up there because other people are waiting to do their orders. So kind of get through that part, but challenge yourself with every single person to ask them about hosting a party and ask them about this Scentsy opportunity. So when they leave, I give them the back slip. I always rip off the back slip and I give that to them, showing that they paid. I collect the payments. I say to them, how would you like to pay for that? That's a nice way of saying, this is how much you owe. I say, here's your total. How would you like to pay for that? And, they're, I'm going to pay with credit card, or, oh, I have cash here. What payment types do you take? And then you discuss whatever payment types that you take. So that's sort of an individual, how you want to take the payments. I kind of do a combination of everything. I have PayPal, I have Cash App, I have Venmo. I'll take their credit card information. I'll take cash. So however they want to do it. Now, checks, I want to talk about checks. So what I usually talk to my hostess about is if it's people that I'm used to and people who have bought from me before, I will sometimes take personal checks from them. But generally, I personally do not take checks from people. And the reason is, if that check bounces, you are stuck with the fees and you have no relationship in most cases with that customer. I usually talk to the hostess beforehand, and I tell the hostess, if any of your family or friends want to pay with check, I'm going to have them write the check to you and then you pay me. And I explain to her, because if somebody's going to write a bad check, not that I think your friends are going to write bad checks, but if anything happens with their check, I don't really have a relationship with them. They're less likely to write a bad check to you, and they'll make it right with you. With me, they won't. I'm a small business and I can't absorb the cost of that. So if you're willing to do that, then I'll tell your people, if they want to write a check, that they write it out to you. If you're not willing to do that, I'll tell them I don't accept checks. Is that okay with you? So that's usually a conversation that I have with my hostess during my coaching conversations, where I ask her how to participate. When I talk to her about how to invite people, make sure that you're having that open conversation with your hostess beforehand. Any questions on that part? Comments, 2 cents, feel free, chime in whenever you'd like. We want to keep this interactive. I like to talk, but I know you just don't all want to hear me. I see somebody
Hey,
raising their
when you
hand.
talk, okay.
Go ahead, Berlinda, you go. And then Zane, I think, is raising a hand. So after
When you
Berlinda, we'll take.
When you talk about half price, that, you know, you're going to get one by booking a party. What are you talking about?
I use the
I kind of
perpetual
lost you
rewards.
there.
Okay, so what I do is I use the perpetual rewards. So say my party, Sherry is having a party for me. So I have an open party right now for Sherry. So Sherry's mom, Kathy, comes to her party. She places her order and she says she wants to book a party. So at Kathy's party, I will use the perpetual reward and give Sherry a half price item at Kathy's party because Kathy booked from her. So that's how I use the perpetual rewards. And those who are new, talk to your sponsors and find out about the perpetual rewards. So that is a half price item that Scentsy gives us with every party, and you can use it how you'd like. Some people use it to build up their stock when it's their own parties, but this is one of the ways that you can use it. This is actually the original intent of the perpetual reward, is that you use it to keep your parties going and you reward your hostess for a referral to another party. And then she gets that with, so, you know, Sherry's party closes out, but then Kathy has her party. So when Sherry comes to Kathy's party, she gets a half price item. Okay, does everybody understand that part? And then I see Zane's iPhone is raising a hand, so.
Oh, that's me. I was actually just telling one of my people that I signed up recently about no checks because she has somebody from Texas. I think she's actually in here. Grace is in here. Send her a
I was
message.
gonna bring that up.
Yep. And I told her, don't do it. If you don't know
Okay.
them personally, do not do it.
So let me talk a little bit about that, you know, just a little off topic, but let me talk about when you get messages from people, generally, these are scams. If it comes through your website and it's somebody and it says on there, you know, like Scentsy referred you to this person. It's not Scentsy referring you to this person. It's somebody getting onto your website and choosing the option to message you. They will message you and the message always is, I'm interested in buying Scentsy products. Sometimes it's, I'm interested in buying Scentsy products for a wedding I have coming up or for a photo shoot that I have coming up. And they will send you, when you respond to them, they will send you this long list of items that are these crazy random things. I want 5 diffusers. I want 15 body washes, you know, these random things. And they tell you that they're going to pay you with a cashier's check. That is your red flag waving in the wind. As soon as they say, I want to pay you with a cashier's check, that's it. I always respond back to them and I tell them, I'm sorry, I don't accept cashier's check. You can order, or you can order online. We've seen things that I'm sorry, but I'm deaf and I'm blind. And you know, you sent me this message. If you sent me this message, you can order online. So they'll pull your heartstrings and all of this. And there have been consultants who have done it. And the way that this scam works is what they do is they send you a cashier's check and they'll tell you that they'll wait until the cashier's check clears. So what happens is your bank will hold it for a period of 3 days. Your bank will clear the check. You see it showing up in your account. You place the order. Now the order is on its way to them. A couple days later, you get a message because the bank that your bank was trying to collect it from now flags it as fraudulent and it wasn't a real check. So then your bank takes that money back out of your bank account. You've already placed the order and it's on its way. Scentsy can't do anything about it. That order is already shipped. Once it's shipped, you're out the money. Scentsy's not refunding you money because they've sent the products. Your bank's not refunding you the money because the check was bad. So be very diligent about things like this. As soon as they say cashier's check, talk to your sponsor, talk to your director, because generally it is a fraud. Okay, so generally when you're having a party, when you're in a home with somebody, you're not dealing with something that is that big of an issue. It's not, you know, somebody ordering hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, but it's still, if it's a personal check and that check bounces, you know, are you going to hold the whole party up to put that order through? Somewhere along the line, you're going to be out money. You can, if it's something that you're putting in the order and you're getting all the orders delivered to you and you're packaging that, you could hold the person's products, but generally you're still paying the fees for a bounced check. And the likelihood of that person reimbursing you your fees and the money for the products, they're probably going to be embarrassed and they're going to go, never mind, I don't want it. And then you're stuck. Okay, so keep that in mind when it comes to taking checks. It's a personal preference. You can choose how you want to, but whenever you get that email that says, I want to pay you a cashier's check, that's a major red flag and it's a no-no. Okay, all right, any other questions on that? Okay, so now you've closed out that party, or you closed out that order, you've collected the person's payment. Kelly, do you want to say something?
Oh, I thought Zane had her hand up again.
Oh,
Zane,
I
you have
did.
your hand?
I did. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
It wasn't a question, but I did actually get scammed recently on an in search of Scentsy products for only consultants. And I wanted to warn everybody if they were in there. Use PayPal if you are in one of those, because I got stolen from $185 worth of Scentsy buddies, and she deleted her whole account. And I didn't use PayPal, so I cannot get that money back.
Yep, you cannot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was warning everybody.
Yeah.
And there's
Go
and
Ruth.
there's a new rule out. When you're trading with another consultant, and I know on that site, some of those people aren't consultants, they're customers looking for products. But there's a new rule out. Check the new guide. If you trade with a consultant, you cannot charge them the full price of the warmer. So if you bought a warmer for $30, you have to subtract your 25% off of it. And that's what you charge them if you're making them pay. So my suggestion is don't buy anymore. Make sure you trade with somebody. And
Yep.
even if it's like I did the other day, say you trade, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that's like a car bar is $6. You could trade that for a regular bar because a regular bar is $6. It doesn't have to be the same item. It just has to be the same price.
It's equal value.
Yeah, if you trade a $35 warmer, you could trade a $15 car fan and a $20 plug-in, and it would still be the same price. But I've decided I'm not going to trade with people that want me to buy something from them.
No.
And
No.
I'd seen the post about it, and the reason they're doing that is because so many consultants have been buying all of those limited editions, and then they sell out, and then somebody's looking for one and they sell it to the person.
Right.
So you're losing PRV and all that. So I think that's why they put this rule in place, is to cut maybe some of that down.
Right. So, if somebody's buying all of the, the child buddies,
Right.
They're getting the PRV for it, they're getting the commission for it, and then they're reselling it to other consultants at full price.
Right.
So,
Full or higher. Yeah.
Right. Or higher. Right. So, that's a good rule that they've put in place. I know sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating, but I always recommend on the team that we trade products, so that, it's an even trade. The only time I would ever do it any other way is if it's somebody that's in another state you're shipping to them, and it's, something you absolutely have to have for a customer. That's the only time that I would do that.
Yeah. And I think it went April 20th or May 20th is when it goes into effect. I can't remember. I know it's the 20th, but I can't remember which month.
Yeah, I think I don't recall. I have to go back and read the article.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier today. I have to go back and read the article.
Yeah.
So, okay. Did anybody else have anything they want to chime in? Hey, Patty, I just saw that come through. We got to fix that. So, okay. So, all right. So now you're giving them their receipt. When you're giving them their receipt, you don't want them to walk away empty handed. So when you give them their receipt, you also want to include any kind of join brochure. I have my own personal ones that I made up. Scentsy has them available. Most of us get them in our kit, but they also are available in the workstation if you want to get one of those. So I have them walk away with their receipt, and I was going to, I don't know where I put the receipt, but so I'll give them the receipt, and I carry this. So this is my own here's my little plug for 31. So this is my little 31 bag here. It's got a little pouch in the front here, and it's kind of wired, so it's stiff and it's easy for me to carry. And in here you can see, look at all the brochures I have. So if somebody is buying laundry products, I have a laundry brochure here. I have body brochures here. I will give them the brochure about the products that they bought. The only one we really don't have brochures for are, we do have our standard, like this one here is just the standard Scentsy brochure. That's about, our wax and warmers and all the products we offer. And it talks about the club. So I briefly talk about this during my party. I do, kind of I try to touch on everything. I touch on the whiff box, I touch on the club. But if I don't have a particular thing to give them, they just ordered a warmer and wax, I will send them this. I will send them away with this. And then I always give them a sample. So in my little handy dandy bag here, I have business cards. I have pens because I've already had it where my pen died right in the middle of it. I don't want my pen to die. I do this with mine, and this is a personal preference. So this depends upon how many people are at the party, whether I offer them this. This is just a product sheet folded up, and there's a little customer service blurb in there that, a little sheet that I made up. This is actually available if you go out to the Scentsy Team Embrace family page. I actually have a sample of this, and it's just customer service. And it says on there, not everybody wants to, customer service is my priority. Not everybody wants to join my team. Not everybody wants to book a party. I love having you as a customer, and that's basically what it is. So it kind of takes the pressure off of people, that they don't think that every time they talk to me, I'm going to say, do you want to have a party? Do you want to join my team? I do that every time anyway, but this kind of takes the pressure off there. They know I just want to provide them with good customer service, and they won't feel awkward about coming back to me. So they will walk away with a brochure. They'll walk away with either this or one of my brochure catalogs. I always give them a business card. So always have a business card available, and I will give them a sample of something. This particular one is a sample of odor out. So what I try to do is I try to give them a sample of something. I'll carry with me sometimes some of the body samples, that we have the little hand creams, we have the little body wash, eye makeup. I always carry like odor out, Scentsy Fresh with me, and I try to give them something else. And then I talk to them about that product. So I try to give them something that they haven't purchased. If they purchased a body wash, you don't want to give them a sample of body wash. You're going to want to give them a sample of something that they didn't purchase. Most people are there purchasing wax and warmers. So if I'm bringing wax with me, it is whatever the scent of the month is. And I'll make the little samples with the scent of the month and the brochure, and I try and give them that. So they're walking away with their receipt and something. Okay, does anybody have any questions on that or want to chime in on that? I'm going to pick on some of the people who have been in for a while. For Linda, Kelly, Ruth, what do you guys do at your parties? Like when you're closing out your house parties and the person is leaving, are you just giving them the receipt, or are you giving them some other things to take with them?
I do the same thing. I give them a brochure or a joint. I think it's joint that I give out to them. So, so if they're thinking about it, and I tell them, I say, well, if you wake up in the morning and you're still thinking about Scentsy, then you really need to be doing it. So, so here's your brochure, here's your receipt. Thank you for coming, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. How about you, Kelly?
Well, you know how long it's been since I've had a home party, but I normally would give like a brochure or a join brochure, and like one of my, like, you have the, my family kind of thing, and my why brochure basically, because it lets them get to know me. So they're looking at it as, I'm a single mom of 3, if I can do it, really anybody can do it.
Right. Right. And that's, and this is something for the new people. Don't feel as if you have to run right out and have these brochures made. I mean, we were in for a couple of years before we did that, because honestly, the truth of the matter is you have to have something to talk about. So, you don't want to have a brochure made where there's, this is my why, and I've been in for a month. Right. You want to have something you're really talking about. So I have a brochure as well, and it basically addresses joining my team. It talks about, some of the milestones that I've met in the company, and just basically, mom, wife, work full time, have 2 kids, and, because it gets people thinking. And even though at the time they're like, no, 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 I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Give them that brochure, because I can promise you they're going home and they're looking at that brochure.
Exactly. And I also give them like samples of the washer whiffs and the wash, the laundry stuff, because not a lot of people know we still have that, and even some of the all-purpose cleaner and everything, I just give out a little few samples and let them take them home. And I tell them, hey, after you use these, give me a call. Let me know what you think about them. I'm just, I'm having people do product testing for me.
Yeah, that's a good one too, Kelly. That's really good. I'm giving these samples out because I want people to give it a try and give me your honest feedback on it. That's good.
Yeah.
And Cassandra, did you have something?
I actually just wanted to know where you got your business cards from.
I actually got
Print.
those. I did them on Vistaprint.
Yep.
So I did them on Vistaprint, and like this logo you can actually get in our marketing center, so you can load it up. And I made them shiny this time, and I put a picture of me. This was the best picture I had of me, and I was like, ooh, this is really good picture. So I don't look anything like this anymore, as you can see, but it's a good picture, so I'm still using it.
I'll show you mine, because mine are just basic, because I'm a basic bitch,
And I'm extra, so mine are extra.
So mine are this, and it just has the Scentsy stuff on it. And then it has my website, phone number, and email, because I do not take good pictures. I never have, whatever, but I just have it as this, and it's colorful. So
I actually invested in the magnet ones so that when I give them out, they're stuck on their refrigerator, and every time they go to get something, my name's right there.
But for those of you who are not picture people, I will tell you that studies do prove that when your picture is on a business card, people are less likely to throw it away. So they might put Kelly's in the trash, and they're keeping my little face. And Patty, if you put your face on there, they're putting your little face on their refrigerator. So studies show that if you put
that would be motivation for them not to open the refrigerator. So no, that's not a good idea.
If I did that, they would look at the refrigerator and walk off.
They would be like, I need to go to the gym. So no.
They would look at it and this fat girl needs to go off my refrigerator.
Well, the old picture that I used was when the year I first joined, when I went to Disney, it was me and Mickey Mouse. So it was a better picture of Mickey Mouse than it was of me, but I felt better about using that picture because then I felt like they were looking at Mickey Mouse and they weren't looking at me. So, I felt a little bit more comfortable with that one, but I'm trying to keep the pictures as my dogs are over here growling at each other. Any moment now when I break out into a bear fight. Stop it. Real life in the Wilson household. Okay, so that's definitely what you want to do. You want to make sure that they're walking away with information for them to look at afterwards. I usually in the consultant store, you can get the little catalog bags, the ones that hang on a doorknob. So I generally grab a few of them and I stick it in my bag. So then this way, when I'm giving them brochures, they're not walking around with a whole bunch of papers. I will get it, open up one of those little bags. It looks a little more professional too. And I mean, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can get any kind of bag, but have something that you can stick it in so that it looks nice when they're walking away with it, or fold it up all real nice and stick it in an envelope so that everything's nice and neat for them to walk away and everybody's walking away with it. You could do it all in a number 10 envelope. All of our brochures fit in a number 10 envelope, fold up their receipt, stick your business card in there and hand them a sample, just so that it's nice and neat and they're walking away and they're not losing it. So the whole idea is to make yourself look very organized, very professional, that you're on top of all this stuff. It's okay to mess up. Don't feel like you have to be perfect, because the truth of the matter is when you mess up, it makes people feel like they can do it more. So don't be afraid to do that. I always make a comment about how I can't add. And I tell everybody I bring this handy dandy calculator with me because I can't add. I suck at math. So, I have my little handy dandy calculator. So just so you know, you don't have to be able to add to do this business. I mean, add something, that's simple, that is, you want to embrace everybody wherever they are. You have kids, this business is very flexible. You're getting ready to retire. Oh my God, this is a great retirement gig. I mean, so, address everybody where they are and find out a little bit about your customer. I try to, when the person walks away before the next one comes, I literally try to get my receipts and write little notes on the back of my receipts about, you know, that person so that I remember who they were. You know, it's Sherry's mom, you know, or this is Sherry's cousin. She has 2 kids. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to make it real obvious that you're doing that. But even if you don't remember those things, you have a relationship with your hostess. Have a conversation with your hostess and say, okay, so which one was the cousin that had a couple of kids? You know, and keep those little notes so that when you go home and you're entering all that stuff into your workstation, use the little notes section under your contacts to say, I met this person in May of 2021 at Sherry's party. So if randomly they place an order, you remember. You also want to let them know that you're going to text them. You know, I have your phone number here. Is it okay if I text you and let you know when your order shipped? So this gives you the opportunity to open the door to reach out to that person. I will send them all the next day. I will send them all a text and say, I just want to thank you for coming to Sherry's party. It was really nice to meet you. I'll let you know when your order's ready to ship. Just so you've established that contact, you know, here's my information, save in your phone so you have it if you have any questions when your order arrives. Okay, does anybody do that?
I do that.
Okay.
I always
that's a
let
good
them
way
know
to-
when it's shipped.
Yep. You know, and it's a good way to build up the contact because you don't want it to be, you know, that you're the bill collector and they're like, oh my God, it's her, let me ignore her, you know. So you want it to be where you're building that relationship and it's good to hear from you. Go ahead, Kelly.
I usually like send them a text and be like, yo, you know, kind of make it funny. Like, hey, your order's shipped, your smelly's coming, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. So
Yeah.
I'm learning
Yeah,
from Patty because Patty's telling me to be me. So I'm like being me with my customers and I'm actually getting a little bit more response from them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about, I mean, we talk about this all the time. You know what our core values are, you know, simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. So if you keep that in your head at all times, be you. Don't be afraid to be you. You know, I'm a chatterbox. I'm
Really?
a goofball, you know? Yeah, I know, Kelly. I just want to make sure that the people who don't know me know this right up front.
Okay, right up front.
They already figured it out. It's good.
If you try to talk, Patty and Peg will interrupt you. Just FYI, you'll never get a word in twice, and you have to keep talking over him because if not, you're just going to be, you know, sitting here going. So
where's your socks, Kelly? Where's your socks?
Oh, I have them.
We bought Kelly socks and it said, "Shut the F up, I'm talking."
I'm gonna start wearing them every Tuesday and just show my feet.
Every Tuesday. Okay, so that pretty much like really wraps up like what I had prepared to talk about. I was going to, if I had my computer, I actually had samples up there and I was going to have people. And if anybody wants to volunteer, throw an order at me and I'll tell you how I would handle it. Come on, who wants to volunteer? Throw an order at me.
Laundry bundle.
Okay, well, see right there, you said laundry bundle, so you made it easy for me. Mm-hmm. So the laundry bundle, you know, you're getting the laundry love bundle and it's a bundle and save. So you're saving money on it. I don't have to tell you, but if you came up to me and you said, I want to get the laundry liquid and I want to get those washer whisks you talked about. So then it's my opportunity to open up and say, well, we have a laundry love bundle where you can also get the dryer discs. You know, so that's the way I talk about it. Oh my gosh, our laundry stuff is phenomenal. And then I talk about the Scentsy Soft. So the Scentsy Soft doesn't come in the bundle, but if you're somebody who wears spandex or you wear any kind of athletic gear, the Scentsy Soft is perfect for those kind of things. You use that to kind of help keep the shape of your items. So make sure you know your products.
So Peg, they used to have bundles with every single full-size warmer with a night light. Mm-hmm. We don't have that anymore. So I still have people asking me for that. So I just do, the only way I can think of it is a night light with 3 bars and the full size with the 3 bar, and they're saving $2.
Right. That is the only way to do it.
unless I just say, or is it cheaper for them to do each individual on a 6-pack with the free 6-pack?
Yeah, it's, and it depends. I mean, I had a sheet where I had it all worked out. I'd say, these are the options. If somebody orders this, you can do this.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
mean, there are options you can offer them, but that's really it. I mean, it's knowing your product and saying, you know what, hold on, let me work this out. It might be cheaper if you do this, and don't be afraid to sit there and calculate. And you say, you know what, this is the best way for you to get the best deal on this. You want to look at the person who's not trying to take more money from them. You're trying to save the money.
Right.
That's what gives you the customer loyalty. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I was going to pay for 6 bars and she saved me $6.
Yeah, I just know a lot of people want a full-size warmer for like their living room, but then they want the night light, the mini for like a bathroom. And I'm always just trying to figure out which is the best way.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, we used to have a bundle that literally you got the nightlight half price.
Yeah. And so
So
now
you paid for the warmer 6 bars and got a half price nightlight, and they took that bundle away.
yeah. And I try to get them to upgrade to a 6-pack of bars. And sometimes it's like, no, I just want the 3. So then I just throw that 3 on one of the warmers. So they save $1.
Right.
Okay.
Patty, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
I have an order that you can work on. I actually just got this before we came online. And I'll see if you do it the same way I did it. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. So I want 2 Mystery Man room sprays.
Hold on. I lost my pen. Hold on. Wait, I lost my pen. I'm like, what? Okay. So 2 room sprays.
2 body washes, a hand soap, and 2 car bars, all Mystery Man.
1 hand soap, you said?
1 hand soap
And 2
and 2
car
car
bars.
bars. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have the moisture medley, which would give you, let's see, that's not going to work that way. So let's see. So 2 room sprays are $8 each, 2 body wash, 1 hand soap, 2 car bars. Patty, honestly, I would try to upsell them on the two room sprays and the 2 body washes and the 2 car bars, to bundle them.
Well, they don't
into
have a
3.
bundle for body wash anymore.
Right. Oh, the body wash. That's right. They did take that bundle away. I would do it. I would do it straight up. Honestly, I would do it straight up. I would talk to them about upselling for the room spray and the hand soap and car bars. I would try and upsell them on the hand soap or the car bars, and the hand soap I would leave the way it is. How did you bundle it?
I upsold them to a moisture melody with different scents, so that she had some and she got some for her husband. So she got the body wash and the Mystery Man, and then she got the hand soap in the Mystery Man, and I forget what else comes with it. It's like lotions. Yeah.
The hand cream. Yeah.
She got that in her, I forget what's that, Go Mango, I think. I don't know.
Right. So then she would have gotten the body cream and the hand cream. Right. And he would have gotten the body wash and the hand soap.
At least she's getting something along with him.
Right. That's what I said. I said, why do they get a special day? They're just dads. Like, come on, you're a dad and mom every day.
And
she was like, you're right.
That's right.
On the corner. So,
I honestly would have done it the exact same way as Patty.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would have been
good. Good. I like the way you're all thinking. So there you go. Good job. Okay. Anybody else have any examples, or somebody else wants to give it a try? Because this is a good practice time to do this. Okay, so I'm going to pick on one of the newbies. Let's see. Who's hiding? Anne-Marie.
Grace or Anne-Marie?
I'm not hiding. I'm right here.
Okay. All right. So customer comes up to you and they tell you that they want a $35 warmer, and they want 4 bars of wax, and they want a hand soap and a hand cream.
I would try to, well, first I would tell them that there's the save and bundle option where you can do the $35 warmer, and then I would have to go look in my save and bundle packages because I don't know them offhand. But I could tell them they could do that with 3 wax bars. Or they could also do another bundle where you could do the $35 warmer and another warmer with 6 bars. But then I would probably just leave the soap and the, would you say hand cream?
Hand
I
cream.
would just leave that separate, but I would try to do the save and bundle with the warmers and the wax bar.
Okay. All right. They're perfect options. Perfect options. Because then you're giving them 2 opportunities. You're saying to them, well, you know what? Have you ever thought about getting another warmer as a gift? We have this bundle option where if you buy 1 more bar, you're getting the 6th bar for free. Or I would just offer the $35 warmer by itself and offer them a 6-pack.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, do the bar, do bars as a 6-pack. And you could do the same thing that Patty did with the hand cream and the hand soap. You could try and upsell them on a moisture medley.
Okay.
And just tell them that this is a really good deal. Here's how you could save some money and still get that. And would you be interested in trying?
Yes, good
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a couple of different options that you could do with that.
Okay.
Anybody else? Would anybody else do it any differently? Anybody? Come on, some of you veterans. I like to call us veterans. We're experienced, right? Us experienced people. So, okay. So, think of some things that you would do as far as, something that's going to make it you when that person walks away. So now to finalize everything, we only have a few minutes left, so I'll be respectful of everybody's time. As I'm taking people's orders, I have my little clipboard here. So as I'm taking people's orders, I am writing down the individual person's name and the PRV. Now, remember when you're doing PRV, if somebody's ordering something that's a license item, the PRV is less. So I'm writing that list down so before I leave the party, I can let the hostess know where she is. So if I've got 10 orders, I'm writing down 10 people's names and I'm putting what the PRV is for those individual orders. And I'm letting her know that this is what it is. It's without the tax and the shipping so that I can add that all up. And so how do you guys handle, and this is a question for the veterans. So how do you guys handle when you're at a party, you don't know if it's going to be a $500 party and if it's going to be free shipping. So how do you handle that?
You try to encourage them to reach that 500 and let them know what they can get. Instead of getting 2 items half price, you can get 3. And then I would just try to let them know what's, if you do it a $500 a party.
But how do you handle it as far as the guests that are there with charging them shipping? Do you charge them all shipping? And if it's $500, do you refund them? Do you not charge them shipping?
I would make it, I know I'm not a veteran, but like I would make it known at the beginning of the party that, hey, if we get this party right now up to $500, everybody gets free shipping, and let them know that they can save money that way. And most people are usually, I actually just had a party outside like a month ago, and that's what happened. I was letting them know, I was like, listen, we make it to 500, you guys get free shipping, you save $8 a person. And they actually all
Wouldn't
did
you
it.
rather spend that $8 on product and get
Yes.
something for it and then spend it on shipping?
Yep.
So I haven't done a party since they implemented the shipping. We always got free shipping when I was doing parties, but I always encourage my hostess to get orders prior to the party.
Yes, I do as well.
And then when I was at a party and we were trying to get the hostess to get to a certain level, I would say, okay, we've decided instead of closing the party tonight, we're going to keep it open till Sunday. And if any of you guys that are customers here tonight have friends that want to order, please let XYZ Sherry know so that we can add those orders to her party to get her to 500, because that's what her goal is. So I just kind of encourage them to get, outside if they're not going to host a party themselves.
And I also tell people that if you get an outside order for somebody who's not here and that order is more than $25, I will give you an extra bar for free for getting an outside order. So I do that too, which encourages them to collect orders. And then I say to them, hey, and if you get a couple of orders, it's time for you to have a party.
Yeah.
So Okay, so then when I'm closing things out, I have all of the PRV written down. So I have a total that I can give the hostess. I talk to the hostess. Generally, part of my hostess coaching is I tell her to make up a big old wish list. So you make up a wish list of everything in the catalog that you think that you would like. Don't worry about cost. Don't worry about, what you're going to get free and half price. I just want you to make up a big old wish list. Give me the top 10 items, and then I will work out the best deal for you that I can work out. So, let her, sit down and I tell everybody always over order, because you'll be surprised how much you get for free. When you get that $75 free, 3 half price items, it starts to really add up. And then I try and work it out with them to get them the best deal. I tell them, just send me your wish list. Tell me the things that are have to have that you absolutely want. Tell me the things that you'd really like to have, and the things that if you have extra money, I'll take that too. So that's generally the way that I do it with the hostess. I tell them what level they're at, and then I encourage them to get to the next level. So if the party's at $400, this is what you've earned here at $400. But if we get this party to $500, this is how much more you'll get. So that encourages them to continue the party for a couple of days and close it out. There are times that I'm there and the hostess says, no, I'm good right where we are. This is all I want. I've had hostesses who only want the free stuff and don't even want to pay the half price. They just want to get whatever they can get for free. So in that case, what would you do if you have a hostess who has a $500 party and she says, here's $75 worth of stuff that I want for free. I don't want the half price items. I don't want to spend any more. What would you do with the half price items?
So I offer it to somebody who had a huge order. So if somebody at the party ordered $100, and I tried to get them to have their own party because they're ordering $100 and they don't want to have their own party, I'll give them the half price item. Or I'll
and then Ruth, what happens when that person says to you, oh, well, can't you just give me one of the things I already ordered for half price?
And I say no.
Because that happens all the time. That happens all the time.
I say no.
I tell them no, it's got to be something additional.
It has to be something additional, because if I give it to you at something you already ordered at half price, it takes away from her level.
Right. And that's what I wanted you to say, because I wanted everybody else to hear that, so that, that's the way you would have to handle that. And
then if nobody wants it, I take it.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Never leave them there. Never leave them on the table.
Yeah.
I've also done it where I've offered it to some of my best customers. Say to my best customers, look, I have a party that's closing. You order from me all the time. My hostess doesn't want her hostess rewards. As a matter of fact, one of the girls who joined our team, I guess she joined last year sometime. She was dying for diffuser. She wanted the diffuser so bad, and she just couldn't afford the diffuser. So I had a hostess who had a $500 party, and she didn't want her half price item. So I called her up and I said, hey, guess what? What if I told you I could get you a diffuser for half price? And she's like, how? And I told her, what the situation was. And she goes, oh my God, I love you. So she got her half price diffuser, and then she wound up joining our team. So make some brownie points there too. It's a nice way to spoil your customers.
Can I ask a question?
So sure, go ahead.
All right. So like I hosted a party online. So that she had her rewards. But how do you go about ordering the rewards and, the half price items for the person? Like, do you have it shipped to your house if you were going to, like how you're saying, Ruth, that sometimes you take them for yourself. So how do you go about doing that?
Because I always have all my orders shipped to me. I never ship them to the host. I've only done that one time. My girlfriend in California had enough to do, we didn't have to pay shipping back then. And she had enough to do a $200 party. So she got one half price item, and then the perpetual I would usually take, I just gave her the perpetual, but I paid for it because it was going to be in her order. And she goes, I got something extra. And I go, yeah, that's my gift to you.
Okay.
Right.
90% of the time, anything that's local, I have it come here and then I box it up. I put little ribbons on it. I might throw in a couple of body samples. If they ordered all wax and warmers and no laundry, I might put in laundry, or I'll put in the laundry brochures. I add stuff to it, and then I put a bow around it. Or at Christmas time, I might buy those little reindeer ornaments and put that on there and tie it up. So I make it pretty. And then I deliver all of them though to the host 90% of the time and let her distribute them to the people who are at her party. But I
All
never
right,
ship,
great idea.
I never ship it to the host. It always comes to me. And then I sort out all the orders, give them extra stuff if I want or whatever. And then if somebody was really interested in joining, I might put a little note in there that said, were you able to read the brochure I gave you? Are you still interested? That's just a way for me to follow up. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and when you're
Thank
doing
you.
that, like when you're packaging the orders up to deliver them, always put like a little personal thank you note in there. I mean, that's what sets you apart. And like Ruth said, packaging them up, putting the nice little bags, throw a little tissue paper in there. You'd be surprised with just a little curly ribbon and a piece of tissue paper make all the difference in a package.
Okay,
But
perfect.
it's pretty much impossible to have a way where if you're claiming the half price and they're getting the free, it's pretty much impossible for you to have the free stuff shipped to them and the half price item shipped to you.
Right.
You would have
That's
to
what
have
I
it all
was
shipped to you.
thinking.
Yeah. You would have to have
Okay.
it all shipped to you and then ship them their free stuff. But if you think of it in this circumstance, like you're getting the half price items. So spending a little extra to ship them their free stuff might be worth it.
Right. Yeah, because I did a party and the person I did the party for only had like $23 in credit and then one half price item. And then she wasn't really interested in anything, but I was like, why don't you just get a colored light bulb for $2? So it cost her $1, but I just paid for the tax and the shipping and I paid for the product for her just for having the party, like something
Right.
little silly like that.
so you
Yeah.
guys,
And I usually, go ahead.
so you guys that are new know that if on a party order, if it says that your host reward is only $23, you could order a 6-packs for $30 and they would just have to pay the $7 difference. You don't have to stick with that amount. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it'll give you the overage.
Yeah, it'll tell you what you owe over whatever the hostess reward was. So if you have $31 and they want a warmer, you can order a $35 warmer from them and they'll owe you the $4.
Right. So any questions on that? How are all of our newbies? Is this too overwhelming?
No. I just had a question. Do we have like a mix match deal with like the waxes and the room sprays or no?
No, we do not. So all of our bundles are 3 or 6 of the same type item. Yeah. Yeah, I've done it where like around the holidays, I do these like what I call car care kits. So I do them as like little stocking stuffers and you get like a room spray and a scent circle for $11. So the room spray is $8, the scent circle's $3. So it's $8. And if I order them in sets of 6, pretty much I'm getting one of them for free, but I'm selling them to my customers for exactly the cost that it is in the catalog, but I'm getting one of them for free. So you're making $11 when you do that. So, I mean, that's the only way that like you would mix things together and do it that way as if you're doing it for individual customers. And I have done it too, where when you're putting in the orders, and again, new people, I don't want to get you all confused with all of this, but as you get more familiar with the way that you put things in, when you're closing out a party order, if you have 2 people who ordered $35 warmers and 3 bars of wax, you can put it in the system as a perfect Scentsy bundle. And you just have to make sure that the PRV is still the same, but you can put it in there and add some of your own stuff to make up the PRV. So that's kind of the way that you can sort of combine the orders. Like, don't get yourself all confused with doing this now until you get really familiar with doing parties where you're actually putting the orders in. Right now, most of your customers are ordering online and they're doing it themselves. I always feel bad though now when people order online and they don't bundle and save it because there's really nothing I can do other than send them, free product, send them a free bar. If they ordered 5 bars and they didn't claim the 6th bar, we've been talking to them about upgrading our system so that our system kind of prompts people to do that. But until that's done, I always feel bad when it's somebody, especially a new customer. I'll just send them a note and I'll say, hey, look, you missed the opportunity for the bundle and save. Next time you're ready to order, contact me and I'll help you put it in the system the right way so that you're saving money. I generally don't tell them what it is because then they'll be like, oh, well, cancel my order because I want a free one. You know what I mean? And that's more hassle than it's worth. Okay, so any other questions? Is everybody good with that? How you finish up, close up the party? Okay, so with that, we will end our Tuesday training call. Thank you all for joining. I will get this recording up if
I have one
can.
more question.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Questions are good.
So I seen like I belong to one of these a lot of Scentsy, not a lot, but a couple of Scentsy groups, like the flyers and handouts, that kind of stuff. What was on there talking about? Okay, so
You're breaking up, Anne-Marie. Are you outside?
the tabs that came up.
Anne-Marie, you're breaking up.
I'm sorry.
That's
sorry,
okay. I
turned
saw
my
you were
volume down.
outside. Go
Okay, so
inside.
when I went on the 3 tabs, it was like, oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so there's the option of like you can do there was 3 tabs when I closed out the party, right? So I was asking about like when I belong to these other pages for Facebook about Scentsy, they were talking about a $5 reward, hostess reward or something like that.
Okay,
you know
so
what I'm
what it
talking about?
is yes. So what happens is when you're getting ready to close your party out, until you've claimed the hostess rewards, it says that there's a $5 fee. So there's a $5 hostess fee that will show up on there if you don't claim all the rewards. So Scensy's basically penalizing you for not claiming your free and half price things. Once you
Okay.
claim the free and half price things, that $5 will disappear.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I seen it on the one before I ordered. It was like $5 reward hostess. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's like it's a
So-
hostess fee. It's a $5 hostess fee, for
Okay.
rewards, and that's if you don't claim all of your rewards. So basically they want you to claim all the rewards or they're going to charge you $5 for it.
You're right.
Okay.
It's
So
like you
that's-
get, it's like you get penalized if they don't use their half price. Like Peg was saying, some people don't want to spend any money and they just
Mhm.
want what they get for free and they'll say no to the half price items, but then they lose $5 in their credits
Right.
if they don't
okay.
use the half price.
So
Okay,
that's
that makes
why,
sense.
so that's why you'll either want to use them yourself or try to find somebody to use them.
Right.
So
Okay.
that hostess doesn't get penalized.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was all.
No, that's hey, they're all good questions. Questions are always good. Okay,
thank
so
you.
I hope you guys learned something tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll get the recording up as soon as I can get this crazy computer from the black screen of death. So if anybody has any questions in between time, please reach out to your sponsors or the director of your team and ask all the questions that you've got. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. So have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Peg. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
You attack